Okay, so this is going to be a handy little guide for getting an episode of Planet Haliburton up as a podcast. So this one has a bit of a unique workflow, but the nice thing is Terry does a lot of this work, so you don't really have to do all that much. So we're going to go to Zencast.fm. You can ignore all this malarkey there. It's just Zencast.fm. Go to sign in. And then you can sign in with whatever credentials you set up, or maybe you happen to be this person. You're now a podcast at Canoe. So sign in. And by default, that takes you to this analytics page, but we're going to go home instead. So we're going to go home. This will take us to this page where we get all of these different pictures. We want to go to Terry right here. We're going to click on his picture. And from this page, from the overview, we can click Add Episode here. We've got the same button up here. We've also got the episodes page if we need a reminder, of what the latest one was, which one's coming up next. And it's also got this handy button. So let's click Add Episode. And now this is assuming that you've already got the finished MP3. If not, then you can check out a separate video on how to prepare the MP3 file and where you can get that. But we can choose the file from here. It'll let us choose whichever, let's say we've got PPE right here. So we're going to start uploading that. You can see there's a progress bar here. It's going to start to fill up. So just make sure that you don't hit save or create show at the bottom until this bar has finished. Otherwise, you'll get a show that's created without any audio. So we know which one it is, so let's go into the second step. So I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to go to canoefm.com, and then that's going to take me to the main page here, and we're going to go to Recorded Programs, and under Recorded Programs, there we can see Planet Haliburton. So this is the main Planet Haliburton page. This is the one that is maintained by Linda. So she will upload all of the audio here. Once Ron has prepared it. She also posts links to the PDFs that Terry prepares, and this little synopsis here is what we use as the show notes. So to get it all together, let's find where's that PPE. There we go, PPE and COVID-19. So I'm actually just going to copy and paste this. I'm not going to include the date because they encourage you to not include dates and numbers in the title. So I'm just going to paste that in there. Right as it is, PPE and COVID-19, and then I'm going to get rid of the description, and for the show notes, we're going to take this, and we're going to paste it in there. So it looks like this is sort of a point form thing, so it may need a tiny bit of formatting depending on how it looks, and then I'll just enter to create a little space there. And then underneath, this is the last kind of step that you got to do here. We're going to put show notes. I'm just going to type the words show notes. I'm then going to highlight them. And then we're going to click create link. So it's going to ask what's the URL for the link. And then we're going to go over here and resource list for Planet Haliburton. I'm going to hover my mouse over that, right click, copy link address. So copy link address, sometimes it shows up as copy link location. Then I guess I should have done that first. So we'll go in here, we'll make sure this is still highlight, click that link, and then we can just paste it in here. So now that's the PDF, so we'll hit OK. And now we've got a working link here, and that's the PDF that it's going to go to. So Terry's made the title, we've copied and pasted it from the site. He's written the description, we've copied and pasted it from the site with a tiny bit of formatting just to bring it in line with the way he had it looking. And then the last thing, we've got the resource list, and then the link to Planet Haliburton. This is the link to the audio file itself. So this is what I've already downloaded and added in the station ID and the station disclaimer too. So like I said, that's in a separate video if you want to see that. But once we wait until that has reached 100%, or while we wait, we can enter our hosts and guests. So Terry is one of them, so I can just start typing Terry because he's been in it before. And then we can see up here, we've got a couple other people. We've got Michael Hurley, so I can start typing Michael. Because I've already uploaded this episode, all of these guests have already been tagged. But if you have someone who hasn't been in the show before, you have to write their name in fully. If you have somebody like Diane Sachs, who's been on the show many times, you just have to start typing their name and you'll see it come up in the list. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about PPE. So again, a lot of this is going to be in the tags already, but let's say we've got Union of Public Employees Council of Ontario. So like your tags can be as long or short as you want them to be. Obviously for something like this, going by OCHU is probably the preferable option. And it looks like we already had that in there for the last time. So we'll double check that this is finished. Let that get to 100%. And then you just hit create episode, and that is your episode created.